Yeah, liquid IV.
Liquid IV,
We'll get
yes.
some liquid IV.
Yes. We have so much to get to still. Hour number one just flew by quicker than a New York minute. And, we were just having the conversation. It was a really encouraging day for two Denver Bronco wide receivers, Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant. And they both played well. Troy Franklin, probably the play of the day, especially for a name that Broncos country would know. There's another player, too, that maybe we should get to know that name. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit, maybe in the 3 count. We're going to check in with Mike Kliss at 3:45 and try to get the latest on the Courtland Sutton contract situation, maybe check in on what his eyes saw out at training camp. But we were really encouraged what we saw from Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant for the reasons that we just discussed. And you said going to the last break, are we seeing a wide receiver to emerge?
And I know it's day 3, but
yes,
come on, there's some great stuff going on out there.
Yeah,
got Vele battling, Marvin Mims, Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin.
Yep. And as always, I'll give the disclaimer, we're just reacting to the first 3 days. We're not telling you this is what it's going to look like in 2025 or 2026 or week 4 or week 1. It's just what we've seen through 3 days. But guess what? We're not going to apologize because we wait a long time for training camp. So we're going to react in, I think, proportionally to where we're at in the calendar. But we can allow ourselves to be excited, and you should allow yourself to be excited. The Broncos are coming into a season with expectations, legit expectations for the first time in a very long time. And so to answer your question, is a wide receiver emerging? I think that they are, okay? I think that they are. I just think he's got a TE next to his name because Evan Ingram of the first 3 days had his best practice today, and it is just so encouraging. And when I see him, I don't really see the traditional body of a tight end. He doesn't do work with the tight ends. He is a pass-catching player. Label him whatever you want. He's a pass catcher.
Well, he's a joker.
I thought he had his best day today.
He had a great day. He's moving around. He's fast.
He is fast.
And I think what people are going to have to understand, and some may, Evan Ingram can run routes.
Yes,
He's
he
a
can.
big body.
Yes, he can.
But he gets in and out of his breaks fast. He's a big target. I just said the big body. That's easier for Bo Nix to see. And when it comes to not just opening and stretching the football field, but it's being able to take a 5-yard hitch route. You're sitting there waiting for the ball, and then creating a little bit of momentum for yourself and getting another 5, 6, 7 yards. Evan Ingram's going to be able to do that this year. Why? Because Sean Payton's going to be creative with him. Because he's going to spread the football field out, and now defenses are going to have to worry about Courtland Sutton and Vele and Troy Franklin and their speed. And then there you go. Evan Ingram one-on-one with a slower linebacker, one-on-one with a small nickel. And that's what you're looking for is mismatches, right? Trying to get Evan Ingram in the open field so that he can utilize his speed, the God-given talent. And that's why we're all excited. Evan Ingram had a great day, and that was just the beginning. They're going to start being so creative with this man, it's not even going to be funny.
Well, he had a great day out there making plays in the pass game. He spoke, so we'll hear from him here in just a little bit. But he can break you off, man. He can break you off. And once upon a time, and I know he's he's 30 years old right now, right? Once upon a time, that guy ran a 4.4 240.
Woo.
Now he's probably not that fast anymore. But you go back and look at him. I mean, there's some plays out there that, like, I remember he's with the Giants and they're playing the Buccaneers, 75-yard touchdown catch and run. He can get, if he gets the ball in space, he can be a yard after the catch guy in this offense. And I thought it was really interesting because and by the way, let's just answer your question first before we move on to some of the anecdotes from Ingram's day. Do you think Evan Ingram can be forget the position, just pass catcher number 2?
Yes, and I believe, Zach, and I don't want to pat myself on the back. I think a couple months ago, maybe a month ago, we had a segment like this, and I said the question was who could be the number 2 receiver on this team, and I said Evan Ingram.
Yep.
And
you did. I'll give you credit on that.
You better give me credit on that.
Yep.
The belt would have came out.
You were on it. You said it's not going to be a wide receiver. It's Evan Ingram.
But now we're out there and we're watching Evan Ingram, and even myself, I'm surprised of how fast this man is and how he looks, because you are right. He doesn't look like a tight end. He looks like a receiver. playing the tight end position. He's fast in and out of his breaks like I just got done talking about. Why wouldn't he be an option to be a number 2 target, number 2 receiver? Because not only can Evan Ingram be a guy that can get the dirty yards for you, get the 5, 6, 7-yard gains, but he also could stretch the football field out. He's also able to move his body to a way where there's certain routes he's going to be able to run like a receiver.
Yeah.
For example, they call it the choice route. It's not just out of the backfield. A running back gets to run a choice route. You have a tight end that can run a choice route on a nickel or a inside linebacker and give him the opportunity to go inside, outside, or sit it over the top because they're playing zone. That's just another weapon. And now Bo Nix is getting the ball out of his hands faster because he's not waiting for a receiver to go downfield. It's just right in front of him.
And we saw that today.
And we saw that a couple times today. And we saw the separation with Evan Ingram going across the football field. He's going to be a nightmare for inside linebackers. They're going to have to change their defense to hang with Evan Ingram. This is where it's like, okay, Sean, I see where you're going with this. There are so many weapons out there and so much more speed this year that it's like, Sean, now it's your turn. Have fun. Be creative. Put these players in the right situations to be successful. And that's what it looked like in day 3 for Evan Ingram. He was put in situations to be successful. He was making the right decisions when it was zone and man. And now it's making Bo Nix's job a lot easier when it's like catch and run. Get the ball out of your hands.
We had a comp today for Evan Ingram that I was not expecting. So a large chunk of today's practice, you and I watched with former Denver Bronco Benny Fowler.
Shout out.
All right, shout out Benny Fowler, man. I really like Benny. He is a good dude.
Great dude.
And was in the NFL for a number of years. He was here with the Broncos 2014, 15, 16, 17.
So smart.
He really is, man. He really is. And he's like I say, he's just a good dude. Very easy to be around, very easy to talk to. So we ended up like organically hanging out for, an hour or so. And Benny threw out a comp for Evan Ingram that I didn't see coming. Demaryius Thomas.
DT.
And when he first said it, I'm like, wait, what? Like DT? He's like, yes. Like the way that he runs slant routes. You look at someone like Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram is 6'3", 235, 240. DT was 6'3", 225, 230. And so they're like, if they were standing next to each other, they're a lot more similar from a physical profile than you would think.
And even like muscle wise and like they look similar. And for me, it didn't hit me until I really started looking. And now for Benny got to be with Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel when they were in their prime.
Yes.
I was with Emmanuel, and although Emmanuel was still really good, I was with Emmanuel and Demaryius Thomas towards the end of their career when they got traded. And so the hunger wasn't there like it was when they were with Benny.
Yes.
And when I started to really look at them, like, okay, yes, the comp is there. They are so similar.
And Benny played with DT in his prime.
Yes.
And played for multiple years with DT in his prime, and then played with Evan Ingram for multiple years with the New York Giants. So he saw both guys. And I just, I'm so used to seeing that TE next to Ingram's name. I wouldn't necessarily think to make a wide receiver comp. But it's the body type. It's the way that they get off the line of scrimmage with these big galloping steps.
Yeah.
Like almost like they're lifting their knees and they're and their gait it's not choppy. It's
they
long
get to
strides.
Point A to point B so fast.
Yes.
Because they are so long and their stride is so long.
And when you see him run slant routes, it's like, damn, was he on to something? It really made me think. But whether you agree or disagree with the comp, I found